it's important that Luxembourg has a very good reputation of being a strict jurisdiction. So the fact that us getting a license and a lot of companies are getting a license from a good, strict jurisdiction is giving credibility.
Today, I have the pleasure to welcome in the studio Ami Nagata, who is Managing Director of Zodia. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. Very nice to meet you in person.
It's a pleasure. I'm always happy to present companies. You arrived with Zodia, not yourself personally, but the company was founded in 2024. Jean-Baptiste Graftiot was mentioning that he was very happy to have Zodia here because there's like a cluster of specialized players here.
Thank
but
you.
For those like me who didn't know properly Zodia, can you present the company in a few words?
Sure, absolutely. So the company name is Zodia Custody Europe, to be very precise. We are a custodian of crypto assets. So historically, it was created by the Standard Chartered Bank. We are one of the ventures created by them. Back in 2018, they created a project to have a custodian for digital assets. And then it grew. So we kind of became an independent company. And then obviously majority shareholder is still Standard Chartered Group, but we're partially owned by other groups from across the globe, such as SBI in Japan, National Australian Bank and Northern Trust and other big names. So we are very institutional crypto custodian.
Yeah, and Standard Chartered is a very big footprint in Asia.
Yeah.
And so I would imagine that Luxembourg is your hub for Europe.
Exactly. So currently our head office is in London. And then we decided to build our European hub in Luxembourg.
Continental Europe hub.
Exactly.
Very good. So how do you see your clients' needs evolving in the crypto world and how are you adapting to it?
Sure. So the clients' needs, we only face institutional clients. So their needs are shifting quite drastically since we have the MiCA regulation. Before that, they were slightly hesitant to go into the digital asset or crypto world because there was no clear legal boundaries. Now that MiCA is in place, they are happy to follow the regulatory framework. And then they need to make sure that anytime they touch crypto asset, they work with a regulated entities.
Exactly.
So what we do, we really focus on compliance and regulatory requirements. So we obtain all the relevant licenses in each different jurisdictions to make sure that any traditional financial institutions or any institutional clients for whom compliance is important, so that they can be satisfied working with us.
Yeah, so you're helping banks and other institutions solve the tension between what their clients want, and we know that clients are very sensitive to big profit done fast. So when the Bitcoin went up 60% in a few weeks, of course they want their bank to deal with it, but at the same time they are risk averse, so they want something very controlled. MiCA is of course a phenomenal framework for that, and you're helping banks remain compliant through that.
Exactly.
So which risks and opportunity do you identify? Maybe I will start with volatility. You can be compliant, but of course you can have a huge volatility in this world. What do you think about it?
Yeah, there is market volatility, obviously, but us as a custodian, our focus is really to keep the asset secure. So it's there, it stays
regardless of their value.
Exactly, regardless. So it stays there, and it is the governance is in place so that nobody can move asset without proper consent and proper governance and proper decision making. So that is what we're really concerned about, and this is what we focus on a day-to-day basis.
Do you see opportunities arising?
Opportunities, it's more and more traditional companies are coming into the space thanks to this regulatory framework, especially in Europe. And then that is an immense opportunity because the market's going to grow. And then, for example, crypto ETFs are being launched. Even the Luxembourg Sovereign Fund is putting partial assets into that. So it is becoming easier for risk-averse investors to come into the field. So lots of opportunities, and we're very happy to serve the needs of the clients.
And for Luxembourg, we see the emergence of a cluster. We had Bitstamp, we have Coinbase, now we have Zodia. How important is this to get critical mass? Is it important for the regulator, or how do you see that?
Yeah, I think it is very important to have a proper ecosystem and then have the reputation as a country to be able to provide all-round services to any clients or any investors within Europe. Thankfully, MiCA is passportable. So once we have a license in Luxembourg, we can passport it to all the EEA countries and then serve any clients there. It's important that Luxembourg has a very good reputation of being a strict jurisdiction. So the fact that us getting a license, and a lot of companies are getting a license from a good, strict jurisdiction, is giving credibility to the companies who are there and to the market.
Yeah, because of course we've seen some disasters. I have in mind FTX at the time. We saw that we thought it would be extremely solid. It was not. We have some other players who are audited. I was doing a search by some very, very small accounting firm in a very small office somewhere in Asia. It looks very shady, but they're still operating. So indeed, I think the real opportunity here, it sounds like UCITS all over again. It was, I think it started in 1987 with the first UCI regulation, and it became a 6 trillion industry. So maybe the conditions are here to repeat that, and of course do everything out of Luxembourg, passport it to every country, as you said, with hyper compliance in mind.
Exactly, absolutely.
Perfect. So I wish you a lot of growth out of Luxembourg.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.